What if you could talk with a world-class expert on any topic, anytime, 24/7, and you could get instant, intelligent answers to some of the most pressing questions you've got? Matter of fact, you'd also get it faster than you can type because you can talk faster than you can type. Well, with ChatGPT's advanced voice, you're not just using AI. You're having a conversation with someone who really is an expert and knows how to do this, and it helps you to make faster and better decisions. And matter of fact, you're going to probably uncover some ideas you hadn't thought of before. This is a powerful feature that gives you a real competitive advantage in the business market. And in addition to that, I'm going to show you a way to clear up some of the confusion on ChatGPT's various forms that they have, the various versions of it. They have an 03, they have a 4.0, and they have several others. It can get really nerve-wracking. Make my little brain going, I don't know, how do you spell that? I don't know, some way, but it makes it go crazy. I'm going to show you how to do that, and then you can share this with your community, and they're going to love you for it. They're going to love you that you're able to clear up some of this confusion there and get some real solutions with the advanced voice. I'm Terry Brock, and in this episode of Stark Raving Entrepreneurs, I'm going to show you how to take care of ChatGPT's advanced voice. You're going to love this, as well as clearing up some of that confusion that's there. To do that, let's go right into it and get to it right away here. What I want to do is show you I'm in ChatGPT right now, and I'm looking at it right here, and let me show you what we've got here. I'm using version 4.0. Now, that's important for what we're going to talk about with advanced voice. 4.0 is available here. It is not available on the 03 side, not in the same form. But what you've got here is, take a look, you've got the option to use a couple of different features that are here in the lower right corner. You'll see you've got a microphone here, and then you've got some wave files here, show you that it's a little bit different. One of them is with dictation, so I can type something in and make sure that it's dictating just right. For instance, I'm going to click on this right here where it says dictate, and I'll click that in. And the way I do this is I say, what is the capital of France? And then I click the little check mark right here. And notice what it does. I put it in that way. It'll tell me right here. Now I can send it. So there's that two-step operation that you'll need to go through. And notice what happens here. And it's using the text here when you're in advanced mode, saying something like, what is the capital of France, followed by the check mark confirms. That's right. So it puts it in there, and it paid attention to that feature. It's a little bit different. So let's go back and have some more fun with it. What I'll do is I'll click on the microphone again and watch what happens now. What is the capital of France? Then you see it brings up the text right here, meaning that now I need to click on the arrow, and then it will give me the answer. Watch this. Paris, how did you hear to pronounce that in French? How would you like to hear how to pronounce that in French? So what I can do is I can click here. I say, yes, I want to hear that. I'm going to type down here, yes. How do they pronounce that in French? I think it's Paris, but I'll find out. There we go. Paris. So you notice what it's doing. It's doing that way. So Paris, as in pasta, Paris, we get a chance to do it that way. I'm going to click here on the sound.
In French, Paris is pronounced. Here's a breakdown. The R is guttural, made in the back of the throat, a common French sound. The final S is silent. Try saying it slowly, pa, like pa, with a soft, rolled R sound from the throat. Would you like to practice it together slowly or hear how it sounds from a native speaker clip?
Okay, so that's nice, and you might think, well, I don't do that with French very much, but think about the advantage of using this. If you're in business and you're going to other countries, you're going different places, and what you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, I want to make sure I blend in with that group wherever I am. Knowing how to say a few phrases clearly and in their accent, their style of doing it, that's the way to do it. We always know what someone's like when they try to be cool and they say it the wrong way. We all look at each other and go, yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. But when they carefully enunciate the sounds just right, you can do that. So that's where the voice comes in. Now, this is just the regular voice. But like we were saying, over here on this page, we've got the option here in the lower right corner. You can see to use the WAV files here. This is a little bit different. This is the advanced voice, and this is available on version 4.0. It is not available on 0.3, but is available here on 0.3. So now I want you to watch what's going to happen. I'm going to use this and look at some ways that you can do it for more than just getting some sounds, but rather using it for reasoning, going back and forth, looking at pros and cons on something. Watch how I'm going to do this. I'm going to click on the symbol here, and then I'm going to turn off the mic for just a moment real quick so I can talk to you. Hold on, here we go. Watch this. I'm clicking on here. Notice I have turned the microphone off. This is important to know, so I've got it turned off. In the background, you see the blue circle there with the white. It's kind of like you're looking at the earth there, and it's standing by, ready to talk. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to unmute my mic, then I'll go in there and ask a question. I'm thinking about writing a post today, but I don't know whether to write the post with text, like for a blog, or do a video for YouTube, or use audio only for a podcast. I'm interested in your thoughts. What would you say are the pros and cons of doing, let's say, a video?
Sure. Let's break it down. Pros of doing a video. Visual engagement. Videos are visually engaging, which can capture your audience's attention more effectively than text or audio alone. Personal connection. Seeing your face.
Yeah, but wait a minute. I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe text is going to be even better. What are your thoughts on using only text?
Absolutely. Let's look at the benefits of using text. Pros of using only text. SEO benefits. Written content can be optimized for search engines, helping people find you more easily through Google.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm still thinking maybe audio only would be better. What do you think about the pros of audio only?
Audio only definitely has its own strengths. Pros of audio only. Convenience. Listeners can consume your content on the go while driving, working out, or doing chores.
Okay, I'm stopping it right there, but I wanted to give you an example of what we can do with that. Now, when you want to make a point, you can really do that well. But one of the beauties of this advanced voice is, notice what I did. I interrupted it. You can't do that on others. I can jump in and go, whoa, 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 you're going the wrong direction. Or, wait a minute, what about this? Or, say that again, I didn't hear you, or I didn't understand. This is really good. You're getting the information you need right away and very quickly. I've used this for looking at decisions, making decision on what to do and find out arguments on another side of a big issue. For instance, back during the election, there was a real big issue right here. They say, this is the one that was really hot. I had an opinion on this side. Many other people have an opinion on that side. So I said, regarding the issue of da-da-da-da, I believe this and this and this. Now tell me, what do they think about and what would they say in answer to that on the other side? And then it comes back and gives you what they think. This is good. You're not arguing. You're getting the real raw data. And that is important. Often when you go out and present, for those of you that are speakers and you present to some group, there's some issues that are going on. Some of them are controversial. Think about it when you go in to see a client. They might have certain issues and they have some objections about this or that. You want to hear what they have to say. This is where that deep reasoning, deep thinking comes in that you can get with the advanced voice. This can give you a real serious advantage. And do you see what we're doing? We're taking a quantum leap ahead of just getting an answer. We're beyond the days of Google. As great as it was back in the day, whatever back in the day means, back in the day it was then you would ask, what is the capital of France? And it would come back and tell you Paris or Paris, as we just found out. So we could use that. It would give us some information. That's good. Right now we get someone that can help think with us. I went through my scenario that I told you about back and forth because it would say they believe this, this, and this, those people that believe on the other side. And I said, yeah, but how would they answer to this, this, and this? And it said, oh, well, you raised a point and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then I went further and further. And eventually, by the way, it said, well, Terry, you raised some good points that we can't overcome. And I thought, yes, that's good. So the geek in me gets to say, yes, yes, this is good. But the real answer and the benefit to you in making decisions for business is that you get feedback. You're getting someone who can be an expert on almost any topic in the world, and you get it 24/7 and no additional charge. Now, you do need the advanced program, the paid program, the $20 a month. That's what I'm paying right now for that, or the $200 a month. That will definitely give it to you. The free version doesn't have all these benefits, which makes sense. They've got to pay for their servers. They've got people they have hired, and they have to pay them. So if they're going to give you the best answers, yeah, they need to get $20 a month. Come on. Okay, it's well worth it. I think this is a business decision. So that is a really good feature. And there's another feature in there within this program, that ChatGPT, that can be very confusing. Do you choose 4.0? Do you choose 03? Do you choose something else? Well, let's take a look at that. Like I was saying, there's 2 versions specifically that work with this. Now, there's several others available as well, but I want to show you the difference between these and where they come into play for you. Particularly here, we have ChatGPT and the various versions they have. 4.0, I see this on the screen. It's a screenshot I just gave you here with ChatGPT 4.0, which is really great for most tasks. That's going to be one you'd be using regularly. However, the 03 gives you the reasoning. That's what we just demonstrated. The reasoning to go, yeah, but what about this? And yeah, but what about? The 03 is made for yeah, but what about questions. That's something I think is probably tweetable or Xable now, as we say. But you'll see there's also an 04 Mini, 04 Mini High, and then even other models that are there. And frankly, it can get kind of confusing. But I want to clear that up for you to show you how we can make it work, how we can make all this come together in a good way, looking at whether you should use this or the others. Well, here we go. When we're looking at some of the quick tasks that are available out there, you can use these for ChatGPT 03. It gives you the ability to do, the right things that you need to do on that. For instance, you can take a look at how you can use it for simple emails and also for to-do lists. With the emails, you can use drafts, straightforward messages without complex reasoning, just real simple. And with the to-do, create basic organizational tools very, very quickly using that. And then when you're looking at the brief summaries, you're going to be able to do that and condense these short articles or simple documents. I like that a lot. That gives you the ability to do the kind of things that you and I are going to need to do in the real world. When we're working with business and we're trying to get it done, we want to get that done quickly. And that's where 03 comes in. That 03 gives you the ability to do quite a bit and get it done very rapidly and quickly. It's sometimes a little bit faster, depending on what you need to do. Sometimes 04 is faster, but there's a lot of capabilities with both of them. And then also take a look at some of the cost considerations if you're buying this for some of your programming. With ChatGPT 3.5, which is also called 03, you get available on a free tier, lower API costs, faster response times, and perfect for high volume. That's nice. And we look at GPT 4.0. It's the premier tier only. You do need to have the paid program. Higher API costs, slightly lower costs for processing, and then the best critical tasks that are available there. Got some real nice features in all of that and how you can use it. So what do? When do you upgrade to version 4? Well, let's take a look at what you'll do and how you'll do it. With complex reasoning, this would be good for business strategy, thorough analysis, and multi-step problem solving. This is good to use 4.0. For creative projects, when you need nuanced writing, innovative ideas, or sophisticated designs, this is where it comes in and does a great job there. Multimodal needs, that means using text, using voice, using pictures, so you can use something with your camera. This is good. If you're working with images, voice interactions, or need advanced conversation, this is handy. And then also for memory-intensive tasks. When the context retention across a long discussion is critical. You want to make sure you have that in a big way all the way through there. This is where it's going to matter and where you're going to want to make sure that you've got the right tool at the right time. So here's a decision framework for you that can be helpful. If you need speed, then what you're going to look at is you're going to be looking at using GPT 3.5 or 03 for faster results. If you're budget conscious and you're doing programming, GPT 3.5 is more cost effective. So that would be good if you're doing coding and perfecting that. And your complex tasks, GPT 4.0 for sophisticated needs. Like I was talking to you earlier about making those decisions. All of this comes in together, and really that's what it's like. I like the idea of what they've done. They've given us the ability to have one model that can serve us in this area, another model that can serve better in other areas. All of it together helps you to make the right decision for what you need to do. This is where you need to do. So here's your key takeaways for this. If you want speed and simplicity, well, then what you're going to want to do is look at one area or another. And so as you look at all of these, there's a lot of different capabilities that are available within each one. So if, for instance, like I mentioned, with speed and simplicity, you're going to look at one tool. If you're looking at budget friendly or complex thinking or strategic balance, all different. So depending on what you're going to do, here's how you would proceed forward. 3.5 shines for quick, routine tasks. It gives you the ability to get, well, a whole lot done this way. I would probably use that for most of the things that I'm going to do. And then if you want to get down to something that's going to be budget friendly, well, use 3.5 when you're managing the costs that matter. This is particularly important when you're doing programming. You're accessing their API. For complex thinking, 4.0. Upgrading to 4.0, paying the $20 a month or the $200 a month would be very good. And for strategic balance, use smart teams, or I should say smart teams are going to use both of these models appropriately. That's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you're using these in the appropriate way, and having different tools really works well. I found that true in business. You might have also. The key is, when you've got a lot of things to do, you want more than one tool. I know sometimes a lot of people go, oh, I don't want to learn any more about AI now. I don't want another tool. Okay, that's fine. I'm sure hoping that those are my competitors who are saying that, because there's a lot of great you can get from all the different tools. In our Stark Raving Entrepreneurs program, that's one of the things that we talk about. We show you how to do these things, how to do it in a great community. The community that's there, we often say people will come for the content, and they stick around for the community because they find there's some really smart people there that are getting a lot done and doing a lot of good things in many different ways. And so what you'll want to do is be able to work with different tools and be able to use them in different ways. And to give you some other resources and tools that you can use, what I wanted to do is to show you something that's going to be helpful. We've got an AI Tools for Biz article that we keep changing regularly and updating. Some of the programs that we use are no longer as relevant today as they were when we put it together originally. Not a problem. We can pull that out and change it. Other new tools come out or new enhancements come in, we put that in there for you. So here's what you'll want to do. Go over to AI Tools, the number 4, biz.com, AItoolsforbiz.com. And if you're catching this on video, hey, there's a QR code, so you know what to do on that. Pause this video, grab the QR code, you'll go over there, complete that, and you get access to all the goodies. And again, this is something that's not just a one-time ebook that we give you. This is something that is being changed regularly as we go. So you're going to get the benefit of a lot of good information all the way through as you move with us, and you see the kind of capabilities that you have in some really big ways. This is what we want to do. Make it easier for you all the time to get the job done you need. It's at starkravingentrepreneurs.com. And by the way, please, we'd really appreciate if you would like, share, and subscribe to this, because this is how we let the algorithms know, those wacky algorithms that are controlling this, that, hey, people like this, like you. So if you want more of this, this is what we can do. We'll be able to reach out and help you. So remember, you get that AI help you need. There it is. You'll go back to AItoolsforbiz.com or use the QR code there. That'll give you what you need. So as you look at these decisions using 4.0 or 0.3, these are tools that are good, mainly working with 4.0, and then get over to 0.3 when you want to do some of that reasoning. And use the advanced voice that I was talking to you about, showing you that. That's going to give you enormous capabilities. And speaking of learning, we got another video for you right here that we've carefully selected, showing you how to use AI in some advanced ways that are going to help you and the team that you work with. I'm Terry Brock with Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. Thank you very much for joining us today.